Hello everyone, today I will be showcasing a new set of strategies that I have developed for the version 20w14infinite, which are basically, they're based on ocean strats. Now the usual meta in 20w14infinite is to search for villages, right? Let's say you have a village somewhere and a lava pool, you can go to it and you can loot it, get some iron, get the feathers and everything because it's all the overworld land, and yeah, that's what you usually do to get all of it. But a new PV has been set by Danger, which is a person in the category, good friend of the world record holder, and he basically set this PV and it was very close to the world record, and he was using ocean strats. And that was actually back when, because I'm gonna call this as kind of a new step, right? Back when ocean strats weren't as developed as, at least I'm trying to make them to be. So I'm gonna get you started on what you should do on ocean strats, or what to do. So basically, we're gonna start off by front loading, right? Now what front loading usually means is going and getting, like in this case, front loading wood, right? There's a shipwreck and we're thinking, okay, we could either go there by swimming, like this, or we could get some logs and boat there. Now I recommend that if you can front load, always do it. Always front load, because there's a good chance you won't have enough iron in the shipwreck to get some pressure plates and like put like a pressure plate down and mine all the wood and everything. So I always recommend getting wood first, because it saves a bunch of time beforehand. Now what I recommend doing is getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now why 7? Well, I'm gonna show you right here. I'm just going to game mode survival. Now with 7, you will start off by cutting down 3 to make a crafting table and well, 2 sticks. I recommend doing 2 sticks, right? So you get 8 of that. Then you can make the usual tools like this and like that. Now as you can see, I've gone 3 extra, right? Now what you can do with this is you're basically like making sure that you have the pickaxe made for after. You don't need to mine this wood, because we can get the wood from a dimension that I found. But so basically we've got the doors to make in the ravine, the oak boat, the wooden axe, which we'll use to cut down trees in the dimension. Well, not trees, more like just wood, getting wood in the dimension. And the wooden pickaxe, which, will be used to, let's say, mine the magma at the bottom of the ravine. And yeah, that's really the only use you're gonna use for it, because afterwards you're gonna be, there's a whole bunch of things. Now let's actually get to not being able to front load. Let's say you're not being able to front load, right? You're close to the shipwreck. You have no, let's imagine you have no wood, right? You have no wood nearby, like in Dangerous PV. Well, what you can do, first of all, is set your chunks to 2 to force dolphin spawns. So let's say, I'm not seeing any dolphin spawns at the moment. But let's say a dolphin spawns, right? Close to you. You can take it. Oh yeah, there we go. You can take it and save a little bit of time if you're close to it. Well, I mean, it's not doing anything because I'm creative. But if you were on survival, then it would give you the thing, and you would be able to turn back to, let's say, 12 chunks. So here, as you can see, we would have the iron, right? Now, what I recommend for iron is getting 2 for shears, 3 for like a bucket, right? And 1 extra one for getting the gravel, and a single other one for the flint and steel. This is the essentials, right? We have 7. Now, if you can get like a diamond, like in this one, then use it. You don't need another spare iron from that. And if you can also get an axe and a pickaxe, I would recommend going first for the axe and then for the pickaxe. You don't need any of these two. Like, they're just extras. But if you can get it, then get it. because they'll definitely be useful to save just that tiny bit of time. And then, if it's a full shipwreck, right, you can go to this chest right here. Now, let's say this has 2 blocks, right? Let's say this has 2 blocks like this. Then you can just loot that, loot this, and you have the 2 feathers, and the 2 books that you need, and then you can just kill a squid on the way to the ravine. But what about if there's no books? Now, I always recommend, before going there, if it's an island like this, and let's say you have, like, some cows, and some... Oh, hold on, chicken. Right, like this. If you have some of these spread around, even just a single one of them, then kill to get 2. So 1... We're not actually getting anything yet. But let's... Okay. I'm getting the worst race ever, you know? But you understand what I mean. If you get chickens, you can go over there. If you get cows, you can go over there. You're safe, knowing that there is a much lower chance of, you know, losing the run, having to reset for high rolling on the boat. But also you can just kill horses or mules, or, well, not mules, or like donkeys if you see them, although they have a lower chance of getting you feathers. No, we're not feathers, so leather. Yeah, leather. There we go. So now we're gonna get to the dimension part, which, you know, it might get complicated. It might get a little bit complicated. But let's say you found the magma ravine, right? And you found, I don't know, something like this, where you can... Okay, let's say that this magma ravine works. You can use it. There we go, okay. You can use it, you can do the usual setup, normal core, door. I'm really bad at typing. But as you can see, you got the door, right? You make all the setup, which you would be familiar if you play RSG. So you just do this, you get like the magma, do that, fill these 2, and I fucked that up, but it doesn't matter. So you just have this right here, you have that right there, and then you just build your portal like this. Fuck that up as well, but it doesn't matter. This is per reference. So you just do this, you get your portal done and everything like that. You put the flint and steel up. Like that. You have the flint and steel, everything normal, everything right. And what you're gonna do now is you're gonna get your 2 books, which you would have crafted already. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna have this copied, which I'm gonna have in the description, right? This right here. Now it doesn't matter that a dolphin's like dying right now. I don't really care. Well, what you basically do is you can either do 2 things, which are doing this and clicking Control X, which is gonna basically copy this, or you can do something else like this right here and just deleting it. I recommend this part because you don't have to copy the thing afterwards again to actually like write down the code. But you know, you can do either. So you have this right here, and then you can just do this right here. Oh wait, that right there, clicking up, because if you click up then it basically selects the whole line, and you just press that, and we've got the 2 booking calls. Now there's 2 things you can do here. You can, well, either obviously like throw this directly there, go back and then throw it there, or you can do something that I call the Ocean Branson portal, which which is basically a way to getting the island in the end island closer, but in ocean strats, which was previously much more high roll, but now it's basically like completely reliable. Now as you can see, I'm in Y10, and we need to go to the nether first. We can't be here because as you can see, we're 426 blocks away. Now how the Branson system works, I'm gonna leave like a little graph and a little description right there in the screen, so you don't have to, you know, look at me talk and everything like that. I'm just gonna make it real quick. But basically, if we go in, as you can see, puts me right over here, and this is a lucky spawn, you know, pretty lucky. But you know what you do when you enter in, as you can see, we're in these cores right here, minus 62.6. Those are the only cores that really matter, because then in 54, like 54 is under the end island, But like that doesn't matter because if we throw this book right here into the portal, and we let it load, as you can see, well, first of all, it's gonna load a lot of chunks. So what I recommend is putting your chunks back to 2 and just turning your volume down because it makes a lot of sounds. But basically, you're in this dimension now. Y72 minus 0, or well, in this case, 063, which are some good chords. So what are you gonna do now? Is just throw in the abatised redivides book, which I might have written incorrectly. We're gonna see that later because that shouldn't be read. And what you're gonna do now is you're gonna do this real quick, right? You have your pickaxe, you have this, you have your shears, and what you're gonna do now is basically you're gonna come and you're gonna break these chests, these bonus chests that are around. You're gonna break them, or you can also get wood from the ground. Now, as you can see, this gives us access to wood really fast. As you can see, I just got 19 wood. That's why I said don't front load too much. Just front load like 7 wood or logs. Just front load all that, and you'll be left with this. Now, there is some dangers in this dimension. You can get blazes around, which is dangerous, but you know, there's a very low chance that you're gonna die from that. And what you're gonna do is just getting the wool necessary for it. As you can see, just like this, just the usual. Now, what you can also do is you can go into these pumpkins because they mine faster than the normal wood, and you can dig down a little bit like this, and you're gonna find wool in here. Big pack, so like just the underground is full of wool. Not only this, but the pillars. So if you don't want to mine down the pillars, have to mine down the pillars, you can just go under the ground and you'll have guaranteed wool. But I'd say get the pillars, because although they're more spread apart than just the wool, you don't need to dig down and come back up. Now, I'm usually okay with 21, right? So just 21, we've got the 2 oak logs right there. And now, as you can see, if we go into this nether portal, it should hopefully put us in the abatised redivides dimension, which is just the end. Now, I put down the thing incorrectly. The I think. Let's just check what I did wrong, alright? Give me a second. Right, so if I get the abatised redivides book, yeah, small mistakes in the book can also like completely change how it's written. Now, I think the error here is this right here, this small space that I left. So let's just remove that, do that, and as you can see, I'm gonna go back into the overworld, back in here, back in here, and then when we're here, and then when we're back in here, we just throw the abatised redivides book. And if we go in, as you can see, it puts us up here. Now at this point, you will have already turned up this. Now change your master volume again to the usual. And here you can just do the end fight just as usual, right? Now usually, that's, yeah, you would spawn like over there in the end island, under the ground. In this case, you would have spawned under the ground in the air because usually end terrain is around 60. It's like the highest point you can get in the fountain. So you would have spawned like under the ground in this case, over here I think, or well 100 plus. You would have spawned like down here, but in this case, because we did the Branson portal strategy, we spawned up here, and then we can just get the water bucket, do the usual water bucket business if we don't miss, obviously. And we can just come and do the 1 cycle setup, which in this case will obviously be putting a slab down like this, slab down like that, slab down like this, and as you can see, the dragon's already perched, so get a bed to 1 cycle it, because, you know, very bad 1 cycle first thing, but you know, that's the trick. In this case, I'm pretty sure you're 7 beds, and yeah, I have a resource pack for that, and we'll win the game. So that's my demonstration of ocean strategies for 20w14infinite. Thanks for watching.